If you owned a house here in 1950, you thought you were set for life. Today, that same house can barely be given away, and this is spreading. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this is happening and which cities are next. 65% of large U.S. counties are seeing their tax bases erode. For those of us in the 45 to 65 age bracket, this isn't just news. It's a threat to our retirement, our equity, and our peace of mind. Today, we are going deep into the data. From the Rust Belt to the cooling Sunbelt, these are the 10 places and patterns erasing wealth in America. Number 10. The St. Louis Slide. Let's look at the numbers for St. Louis, Missouri. In 1950, this was a titan of the Midwest with 856,000 residents. Today, it has plummeted to an estimated 275,000. That is a staggering 68% loss of the city's human capital. While the surrounding suburbs are stable, the city core lost 21,000 people between 2020 and 2024 alone. For a homeowner, that means fewer people to buy your house, but the same number of miles of crumbling pipes and roads to pay for. Number 9. The Cairo Extinction. Cairo, Illinois is what happens when the slide reaches the finish line. It peaked at 15,000 people. Today, it has fewer than 1,400. When a town loses 90% of its population, the real estate market doesn't just dip, it ceases to exist. We are seeing houses in Cairo today with a market value of zero because the cost of the back taxes and the demolition lien exceeds the value of the land itself. Number 8. The Baltimore Breach. Baltimore was once a million-person powerhouse. Now it struggles to stay above 570,000. The danger here is service decay. As the population drops, the city is forced to cut police precincts and fire stations. For a retiree, this is the ultimate red flag. If your neighborhood becomes less safe because the city can't afford to patrol it, your nest egg house becomes a liability overnight. Number 7. The Detroit Income Trap. Detroit is the most famous example, dropping from 1.85 million to roughly 630,000. But here is the figure that should scare you. In shrinking cities like Detroit, median household incomes have fallen by nearly 30% when adjusted for inflation over the last few decades. Why does this matter to you? Because your house is only worth what the local market can afford to pay. If your neighbors are earning less, your appreciation is a fantasy. Number 6. The Cleveland Contraction. Cleveland, Ohio. Peak 914,000. Today, 365,000. That's a loss of over 500,000 people. In Cleveland, we see infrastructure inequality. You are paying property taxes for a city built for 1 million people, but only a third of the residents are left to split the bill. This is why property taxes in declining cities often rise even as home values fall. Number 5. The 2026 Sunbelt Correction. For years, the advice was, move to the Sunbelt, but the 2026 data shows the party is over. Cities like Austin and Phoenix are seeing an inventory surge. In Austin, home prices have dropped 4.2% in the last 12 months. High interest rates, sitting near 6.5%, have priced out the young families you need to buy your home. The gold rush has officially cooled into a seller's struggle. Number 4. The middle tier void. A recent study from the Federal Reserve shows that the middle tier of housing, homes priced between $300,000 and $500,000, is the hardest hit in shrinking cities. This is the retiree sweet spot. High-end luxury stays stable and low-end rentals stay full. But the family home you've spent 30 years paying off is in the exact segment where demand is cratering. Number 3. The laptop. Exodus, San Francisco, and New York aren't dying, but their middle class is. San Francisco has seen a net loss of families every year for a decade. When the laptop class leaves for cheaper states, the local economy hollows out. The dry cleaners, the independent grocers, and the local doctors close up shop. If you're 60 years old and your local doctor moves his practice because the neighborhood is thinning out, your quality of life goes with him. Number 2. The Gary, Indiana warning. Gary is a lesson in industrial monoculture. When the steel mills slowed, the city died. It went from 178,000 to 67,000. The number 2 sign of a vanishing city isn't a building falling down. it's school enrollment. In Gary, school districts have consolidated so much that some kids travel an hour to get to class. If a young family can't find a local school, they will never buy your house. You are left with an asset that has no end user. Number 1. The retirement equity trap. The number one trend facing American homeowners in 2026 is the time to sell explosion. In a healthy market, a home sells in 30 days. In the cities we've discussed, that number is climbing toward 180 days. For someone age 65 who needs to sell their home to move into assisted living or closer to grandchildren, 6 months of waiting is a lifetime. Your equity is only real if you can access it. In a vanishing city, your wealth is locked behind a door that fewer and fewer people want to open. This isn't about fear, it's about financial intelligence. If you live in a city with a downward trend, you need a 5-year exit plan, not a 20-year hope. I want to hear from you. Comment your city or zip code below. I am tracking the 2026 census data and local tax trends, and I will reply to as many as I can with the survival rating for your local market. Don't let your hard-earned equity vanish. Hit the subscribe button and join a community of homeowners who prefer the hard truth over a comfortable lie.